Here's how you change oil on a 2002 to 2007 SAAB 9-3. So some stuff to prepare. First of all, you need 5 to 6 quarts of oil. Right here I have 10W30 full synthetic. You need oil filter if you get the mobile one. Then you want the M1C-151 filter. You will need a 32mm socket. You'll need a number 3 torque screw. This is a number 3. Can't focus on it. And a set of wrenches. So let's get started. So let's use the torque screw to take off these 3 screws right here. It's the 3 screws on the plastic cover. One. 2 and 3. After you take out those 3 screws, this just pops right off. By using a number 15mm socket, you can loosen this up. This is loose enough, and then you aim the oil pan underneath it and let the oil come out. As the oil is coming out, usually now I like to open up this plug right here, just so there's more air going through, so the oil drains out quicker. You can see now that the oil is almost completely all drained out. I usually call it good when it's at that state, so don't forget to put back your screw your oil plug back in, and after when you use your hand to tighten it up until you can't tighten it anymore with your hand, I then take my wrench and I turn it a quarter turn, which is about right there, and it's tight. You'll see the canister right there. That's where your oil filter goes. So in order to take the canister out to change the oil filter, first of all you need the 38mm socket, and you need a swivel. So you put it on top of the canister. The canister is down here. You can see the socket on top of it, and then you just twist. Okay, I think it's loose now. So the SAAB uses this filter canister for the oil filter. Be very careful. This edge right here is very sharp, so is up here, and even this filter right here is sometimes sharp too. But you just pull it out to pop out the oil filter. There is a rubber O-ring on here that requires replacement. In order to take the rubber O-ring out, I use small flathead screwdriver. That comes out. There's inside the oil filter, there's another rubber O-ring that you take. Lubricate it a little bit with some oil. Put it on, and watch out. This edge sometimes is pretty sharp and can cut you. You pull the rubber O-ring down to the groove right there. Now you take the new one and you just pop it in. Now it's on place. After you have this ready, just put the canister back in and tighten it up, and then at the end you can just use that 38mm socket. Keep on tightening it up, and you know when to stop. Like once it's tight that you can't turn easily anymore, I just give it a little tuggle right there, like 1/5 of a turn, and that's it. So this car uses about 5 to 6 quarts of oil. I'll just start filling up with 4.5. So that's 1 quart and 3.5 to go. Alright, so I've already put in about 4.5 quarts of oil. Take your dipstick out and you wipe it real quick. Stick it in, pull it out. So this is not quite full amount of oil. It just barely touched the tip. So it's lower than the minimum. So that means that, but my car is at an angle, so I don't know if it's true or not that it's at its minimum or not. So my judgment in the past is that it's decent amount of oil in it. I'm going to turn on the car, let the oil cycle through for about 10 seconds, because when you changed out the oil filter, all the oil, it needs oil to go through it, so you're going to use some oil. So just let your car run for 10 seconds. And then I'm going to add more oil to it. So I filled it up with 5 quarts and it got to the bare minimum. I don't think you can see it, but that means that it needs, from the bare minimum to the top is about almost one more quart. So I'm just going to fill it with 1/2 quart so it meets in the minimum, doesn't go way to the maximum. You don't want to fill it beyond the maximum because then you have too much back pressure in your engine from the oil. So that's it. That's how you change the oil in the SAAB. So total amount of oil I used was about 6 quarts. So after we fill up our oil and check our oil level, now it's just putting back the cover. So you just put back the cover on top. 3 screws, 1, 2, 3, with our number 3 torque. And that's it, we're done.